Hello, ladies.
Hi, how are
Hi,
you?
Justine.
I'm doing pretty good. How are you both?
Fantastic.
Really good. Really, really good.
Good. So today is Tone It Up Tuesday, and we're continuing the 10-week Lose Your Inches Without Losing Your Mind program based on the book. It's at happyhealthypeople.com and, of course, on Amazon. So, Miss Jennifer and Kajenwa, last week you guys set some baby goals for yourself to focus on. I would love for each of you to share with everyone just how things have been going over the week.
I'm actually surprised how easy it was for me to drink my water. And you don't understand how hard this is coming from a girl who never, ever, ever drinks water. I did have a little bit of dental surgery, so I have actually, I know it's bad for the environment, but I have a little styrofoam cup because you're not allowed to drink out of a straw. And I would fill that, and I was able to down it. And I found, I kept my 2 water bottles next to me. I found it filled this about 5 times. And then today, I just started downing the bottle. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm done with the bottle already. So it's amazing that I actually, I craved it. I had no problems drinking it, whereas before I would like gag on water. So I was really happy about that. I did my exercise the past few days. It's been a little hard, so I had to break it up. It's about 15 minutes here, 15 minutes there, but we got it done. Mm-hmm. And thanks to antibiotics, it kind of forces you to eat every couple hours. So that helped me too. And we got it all done.
Wow. So overall, it sounds like you had a great week and you're finding that some of these changes are easier to implement than maybe you thought.
Yeah, I'm super pumped about the water. That's been such an issue with me. And now it's like second nature.
Oh, good job, Denver. Very proud of you.
Yay. Thank you. Yay.
So Kajenwa, how was this week for you?
Very, very well. Much like Jennifer, I'm also drinking water, so I have my trusty water with me, and I'm circumventing issues around drinking water by buying water at the store or having a Brita where I can drink more frequently. The other thing I've been doing is definitely working on eating every 3 hours. So I've been following my daughter's routine. As you may or may not know, she's 4 months old now, so she's feeding every 3 hours during the day. So I'm really trying to stay consistent with her schedule. The other thing I'm doing is I'm trying to replace bad snacks with good snacks. So rather than pick up the latest snickerdoodle cookie thing that I saw at the coffee shop, I'm trying to have healthier snacks. I'm feeling good about waking up hungry, and I always remember that you say if you are feeling like you are hungry in the morning, that's your metabolism at work. I'm trying to have healthier snacks, which brings me to my next question. We do have a question who wants to know, how do I circumvent falling off the wagon? There are many times when I feel like I've gone off the deep end with things that I want to eat, and I don't know how to get back on track.
How do you deal with falling off the wagon? Great question, Lauren. Thanks for that. The main thing is, I think the first thing is to not be too hard on ourselves. None of us are perfect. I'm not perfect. We're perfectly imperfect the way we are. So one thing is to just think of that next meal, that next hour. A lot of people will be like, oh, next Monday I'll start again. Next Monday I'll start again. Or in this case, next Tuesday I'll start again. But how about that next meal that you have? What are some choices that you can do that'll help you feel a little bit better and help you mentally get back on track? Or planning a dinner that night, or maybe just going out for a 10-minute walk. So the first thing is just to not beat yourself up too bad. Everyone's going to make mistakes and have obstacles and plateaus during their journey. And the second thing is to just make a healthier choice the next time that you can.
Thank you so much for that. I'm sure she'll be perfectly happy with that answer. Actually, I told her you'd probably say that. So, maybe we can talk about things that come up in the second chapter and what we need to retain.
Okay, great. Well, I'm really happy you both had a really awesome first week, and you're both pumped and starting to make these little changes, and it's really exciting for me to hear as a coach. It's amazing how small changes really lead to this bigger picture and the bigger mental shift, and just it's really exciting to see. And I know you guys are going to see that as well. So chapter 2 covered a lot of information. It talked about starting to keep a food log, counting calories, even talked about fiber, protein, reading labels, and portion sizes. So the main theme about chapter 2 is to start to have accountability for what you're eating and drinking. Now, when I went on my weight loss journey, the only way that I lost weight is I had a teeny tiny notepad in my purse. This was before the internet, and I would write down everything. A person, if it's too intimidating to keep track of calories, you don't have to. The most important thing is just to keep accountability for what you're eating and drinking and keeping a log about that. And then reading labels is also a real big eye-opener for a lot of people. The most important things I tend to look at when I look at labels are protein. Protein helps us keep very satisfied. If a person has a lot of sweets craving, they'll actually help those go away. Because when we crave sweets, we're really just craving quick energy. So protein keeps our blood sugar more like this. And looking at the sugar content on labels and the sodium. Sodium is very, very sneaky. It gets in all sorts of products. And in a day, a full day, a person should have up to 2,300 milligrams, which is, I think, really high. If a person's concerned about blood pressure, it should be 1,500 milligrams in a whole day. But sometimes you can look at like a sandwich or even a salad at a restaurant, and it can have like 1,500 milligrams of sodium. So I think watching that sodium is important because it also helps the body to not hold on to extra water weight when you're watching your sodium content. So, but there is a lot of information in chapter 2. Did either of you guys have any questions on chapter 2?
Yeah, I would actually love to even look at some foods, in my refrigerator and kind of you tell me whether I should have it in my fridge or not.
That's a great plan. Yes, I could help you with that. Does anything come to mind off the top of your head?
Yeah, my prunes. Okay, I told you I do have sweet cravings. Okay, like it's like brutal. Like I'm like dreaming. I have dreams of cupcakes floating around in my head. The ones with the cream icing and the red velvet ones. Like it's bad. So when that happens, I'm like, let me try and go with a healthier snack. So I'm gonna grab my prunes.
Okay.
Okay. And so what I have are some California pitted prunes. Okay. And so I'm feeling like I have to read the label. And food journals are awesome. It's saying that the total carbs are 26 grams, calories are 100 per quarter cup.
Okay. And sugar 15 grams, and there's 3 grams of fiber. Okay. So comparing this to like what would be something else if you were to grab a sweet snack, what would be an alternative?
An alternative would be like a chocolate nougat bar from Sweden.
Okay. So comparing the two options, obviously the prunes are the better choice. One, because they're natural, they come from nature. 2, there is fiber in there. Fiber is a really cool thing because it really doesn't count as calories in our bodies. It just goes right through us. As a woman, we can aim for about 28 grams of fiber a day, and men is about 35. So fiber is our friend for weight loss. The sugar content in there wasn't bad. I would definitely stick to, it is more of a natural sugar. I would stick to just 1 serving per day of the fruits, of the prunes, for the sugar content there. But I mean, it's a great alternative compared to like a candy bar. So
that's great. And Justine, what can you tell us about the amount of calories we should be eating?
Sure. So there's a calculation you could do in the book. You can even just Google how to calculate my calories for weight loss. There's all sorts of sort of different calculators on there. There's the basal metabolic rate. This is the amount of calories that our body burns if we just laid in bed all day and didn't move. So our heart needs calories to burn to beat, and our lungs to move and to breathe. So we do need a certain amount per day just to survive. So that could be calculated pretty easily. And then what you want to do is add in your daily activity. So it could be a person's more sedentary, moderately active, lightly active. It really depends on, what your work day looks like and how often you exercise. So then you would add in that amount. And then once you figure out your overall calorie burn for the day, then you usually subtract about 250 from that number. And then you want to burn another 250 through exercise, which creates a 500 calorie deficit for the week, which could lead to about 1 to 2 pounds of weight loss per week. Now, granted, everybody's different, and this whole calorie counting thing could be really overwhelming for a lot of people. So, and there are different apps to use, like MyFitnessPal is a very popular app that's pretty easy to use. But at the end of the day, just like writing down what you eat, the time, what it is, and the approximate portions, then you can look back and say, oh, well, this is my progress so far. This is how much weight or inches I've lost, and this is what I've been eating. So these are the adjustments I need to make. And it's just really, the accountability it creates a lot of aha moments, really.
And it sounds like a little bit of math, which is always fun for numbers people.
Yes, the person.
Thank you. Yeah. So that is definitely my goal for this week, is to, I know what my caloric intake needs to be, so I'm going to work on that. And I'm going to write everything down, because I have a strange feeling that a lot of things I eat are very high in sodium, even though the calories might not be there. And I think that might be a key problem for myself, and just keeping a log and accountability for that.
Perfect. Well, I love those two goals. So we're going to track calories and write down what you're eating and paying attention to the sodium. Kajenwa, what would you like your baby goals to focus on for this week? And it could be bringing over some of the goals from last week too, whatever you guys are comfortable with.
Sounds great. Well, very much like Jennifer. Jennifer's my twin from another mother. So basically, yeah, I need to start writing things down. And, it's just one of those things I need to do more consistently, and have a notebook where I can track down what I'm eating, because I have a feeling that some of the little things that I'm sneaking, I'm not really counting, but they actually count. So that's something I'm going to do for sure. And also I'm going to keep working on healthier alternatives to the, more fatty snacks.
Okay, awesome. Well, I wish you guys, of course, the best. This week, you're off to a really great start, so keep up the good work. Of course, reach out anytime. And for those of you following, you can comment on the YouTube channel, on the Facebook post. We love to hear your questions.
And let people know where they can find you.
Okay, so I'm at happyhealthypeople.com, and on Facebook you could just find Happy Healthy People, or you can also look up my name, which is Justine SanFilippo, but most people can't spell the last name there. So.
Awesome.
All right, Tone It Up Tuesdays, week 2.
Thanks, ladies.
Tone it up.
We'll see you guys next week.
Bye.